Welcome back, Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy, and today I got another fun video for y'all. This is going to be an extension to my 10 awesome high value knives. These are all knives that I've tested thoroughly and they've done excellent, and you're getting a lot for what you're paying for. That's what we're here for, a lot of us. And if you didn't see the first one, go check it out. It was all under $100. These are kind of in 100 over, some under. You'll see. All right, let's get started. First up, coming from We Knives, we have the We Knives Banter. This is just a simple knife that's done well by We Knives. S35 VN steel, coming in at right now on Blade HQ for $85. And I think all the other major retailers, because they're still going on with their Black Friday sales. I don't know how much longer that's going to be up for, but they're still, you know, like at 105 or something like that. S35 VN bearings, G10 peel ply, nice and smooth action. I love a good thumb stud deployer, comfortable in hand. This one was designed by Mr. Ben Banters himself. What is up, guys? Just a overall good knife. It's in that smaller, medium to smaller range, but it can still get all, you know, your tasks done with that nice drop point blade shape on there. This one's in black wash. You can get it in all kinds of different variations now. You can get it with just a non-coated gray G10, green G10. Just go check them out. You wouldn't be disappointed, I promise you that. This is the We Knives Banter. All right, coming in number 2, coming from Ferrum Forge Knife Works, that is the Stinger. This is an absolutely outstanding knife. I know it made it on my top 10 best knives, best budget knives of 2020, and for good reason. You have a nice classic drop point blade of Nitro V with a blasted stonewash finish on it. Decently thin stock, coming down to a nice thin edge. It's wearing my edge on it right now. It takes a screaming sharp edge. I love Nitro V. Nitro V is a stainless steel, and it's a pretty good one now. The action on these is incredible, and you can also use those dual fullers to spotty flick it. Comfortable, nice and slim, and minimal footprint in the pocket. You do have a deep carry pocket clip, but unfortunately these are tip up right hand carry only. So even though you can use it nice and easily with your left hand, it's not going to be left-handed friendly in your pocket. These come in at $90, and they were hard to get for a while, but I think you can find them now. Excellent value right here on the Ferrum Forge Stinger. I think those are made by We Knives for them. All right, next up, coming from Kizer in the number 3 spot is the Kizer Critical Mini. This is a Matt Christensen design collaboration, and this is the first one I got. I added the thumb studs. It didn't come with that. This one was just a flipper. CPM 3V steel, which is some awesome high-end steel. It's usually used in fixed blades because it's a very tough steel, but nonetheless it still holds an edge for an incredibly long time. Love that Warncliffe blade. You get some nice powerful cuts with it. Being this is a mini, this is going to be in a medium to smaller range. Deep carry pocket clip, but once again this one's right hand tip up only. This one is in some nice American micarta right here. It's like a grayish black. I think it might be black with the gray G10 backspacer and the gray G10 over travel. Nice and snappy action. Well executed flipper tab. Comfortable on bearings. Fall shut. Now I will say the detent was a little bit strong when I got it, but it did break in very nicely after opening and closing it and using it. I did thoroughly test this one hard. If you haven't seen this one, go check it out on the channel. I like this knife so much. I picked up all three different variations. I added a stud on that one, and they came out. I mean, they dropped the stud version. This is a coated blade 3V G10 on this one instead of the micarta. You also have those gray accents, but black hardware and stuff like that. Once again, this one, they have a strong detent on this one. They still have that flipper detent. It's breaking in. This one broke in very nicely, so I'm sure this one will too. And then here recently, I had to pick this one up once I saw it. This is a White Mountain Knives exclusive, and this is the one with the blade hole with the brown canvas micarta with the black G10 and steel 3V satin. So there's 3 different variations. You can also get one with a carbon fiber, and there's a few other ones out there. But these are all the different opening mechanisms. You got the blade hole flipper, you got the thumb stud, and the flipper on this one. This one's a little stiff. It came to me stiff. I haven't taken it apart yet. These two are super smooth, but they all have pretty much the same detent that I've noticed. They do break in nicely. I can tell you that for a fact on this one, because whenever I first added the thumb stud, I couldn't even open it up with the thumb stud. So just be patient if you like the knife, or just get the flipper one if you don't want to have to worry about that, because it is a good flipper action. That is a Kizer Critical Mini, and if I didn't say it, I'm totally sorry. Right now you can get these for $89. They hit the market at $100, so $89 while those sales are still available. Definitely go pick one up if you want one. Alrighty, number 4 is an outstanding knife coming from CJRB. It is the feldspar. This is a phenomenal knife. You can get it in the regular size, or you can pick it up in the small. This particular one's in micarta, and it is a little bit more expensive, but you have that classic drop point blade that is just a all-around good user blade shape. You know, if you're trying to get something that slices well, also you have some flat on it, and nice and slicey blade, riding on bearings, thumb stud action once again on these. These are all contoured. Love the American micarta right here. This is a green canvas micarta. These two are in D2 steel, and the large in the D2 steel comes in at 36 bucks. And if you're not into D2 and you want a stainless, which I prefer the stainless, there are the AR RPM 9 steel. That one comes in at 50 bucks. So there's a pretty good price difference, but I will say I've tested the AR RPM 9 steel extensively, and it is very good budget steel. It's a powdered budget steel, which makes it have tighter grain structure, and you can get a much keener edge like that. Just awesome knife right here. Good bang for the buck. It's very hard to beat the CJRB feldspar and small feldspar. Alrighty, coming in at number 5 was one that took me by shock this year, and it will definitely make it in my top 10 for 2021. And that is coming from Petrified Fish. It is the Beluga. This is my brand new Beluga in the micarta and the black blade. And here's the one that I tested and reviewed here recently in the green G10. Both of them, I wanted to see how the quality control was from one knife to another. And you can go check the reviews out. I mean, look at that. This action is outstanding. I mean, super drop shut. It's got a nice slicey blade, comfortable in hand, deep carry pocket clip, riding on bearings, solid lockup, holds an edge for a good amount of time, as you can see on my review. Just an outstanding knife. The G10 variation without the coated blade comes in at $47 on their site, and the coated blade with the micarta comes in at $49. I much prefer the look of the micarta and the black stone wash blade, but that is me. These are in Bowler K110, and it's very similar to D2 steel. These performed better than some of the D2 knives that I've tested this year, but there you go. Almost feels like the micarta one's lighter. I haven't even checked that yet, but just a very high quality knife for the price point. They're also contoured, like I said, bearings, front flipper, and if you don't like front flippers, you can use those dual fullers to either spotty flick it, or you can even use it to thumb flick it or thumb roll it. So awesome value here in the Petrified Fish Beluga. Alrighty, coming in at number 6, we have one coming from Hogue, and that is the Hogue RSK. You have the regular size and the mini. Both of these are outstanding knives, made in the great US of A, designed by the awesome Doug Ritter, who is the founder of Knife Rights, helps get rid of those silly laws that they made back in the day on knives in your area. Like for us, got rid of the automatic, we weren't allowed to carry automatic knives, and he got rid of that for us, and now we can. So I'd like to support him and all I can. I know some of the proceeds go to Knife Rights. You have 20 CV blade, contoured G10, very reminiscent of the Benchmade Griptilian. He also used to do this for Benchmade, but something happened there, and now he does it with Hogue. Got that same Axis style lock, but I find these to be on the smoother side, and they're always centered up. Only thing that I will tell you is that the texture on these can be a little harsh, and on the thumb stud, it'd be excellent for gloved hands if you wanted it as a work knife. You can get these right here for 160 bucks for this one and 150 bucks for this one. Outstanding knives, comfortable. The texture on the small RSK or the mini RSK is pretty, it's pretty rough on the hands. I took sandpaper to mine on my older one, and it helped it out a lot, but this one can be uncomfortable without gloves on. I find this one just fine. I don't know what the difference is, but this one's not half as coarse. That is the Hogue RSK and RSK Mini. Alrighty, next up, coming from Damn Designs, number 7 is the Invictus. While I'm talking about the Invictus, if you ever wanted one of these, I talked about it in my last video. They are on pre-order right now as we speak at the time of this video, depending on when you watch this video. This right here, I've tested and reviewed it, and it did outstanding. This one's in D2, and I'm not a huge fan of D2. You can get the D2 or you could have got the D2 variation for 50 bucks, but now you can, if you don't want D2 and you like a stainless, you can get it. You can get in on the pre-order for a 14C28N, and that will be $55. These are excellent work knives. Those wide, beefy handles fill out the hand nicely, comfortable. The action on every one of them was nice and drop shut. Well-designed flipper tab where it's comfortable, snappy action, nice and slicey blades on them. Good point for piercing. These things just totally took me by surprise. I'm not a huge fan of the extra deep carry pocket clip that goes over the end, but not the end of the world. Good access to that lock bar. Cool decorative pivot right there. Peel ply G10 inset liners. Just an overall awesome knife. You can easily you can easily deploy it left-handed, disengage that lock, and you can swap that clip tip up, left or right hand carry. So that is a Damn Design Invictus. All right, next up, coming from Best Tech, number 8 is the Swordfish. This was an original design. This is one of their older designs, and I still think it's one of their best if you like bigger knives. It's a 3.8-inch blade, D2 steel, satin finish. You can get it in different, colors, configurations. I like what they did here. Just something a little different. Every one that I've handled had nice drop shut action like that and nice snappy action. Comfortable in the hand. Decent slicer on these. I never really loved the pocket clip, but I'm okay with it for the price tag of 52 bucks. Riding on bearings. Now these are tip up, right hand carry only. Sorry about the lefties. But for such a big knife, it keeps a nice low profile because of that slender profile in this dimension right here. Just a very cool knife. The Best Tech Swordfish is a good one. Don't worry about that. I drew on it thinking I was going to do a chop mod to it. So there you go. It's the Best Tech Swordfish. All right. Coming to the end, number 9 is coming from QSP, is the QSP Hogue. They just recently came out with a more budget-friendly version in 14C28N and several different materials for like $50 or something like that. That's an awesome deal, but I have not tested that one, so I can't really speak on it. But I can talk about this one. This one's in the Vera wood with S35V in steel, coming in at $105 for S35. That's pretty darn good. It's just a good overall size. I was super shocked to find out how super thin these are behind the edge. Excellent slicers, good flipping action. You can use that thumb stud. You can spidey flick it. Just an overall comfortable, very comfortable in the hammer grip, I will say that, and in the saber grip. And sometimes, depending on how I'm holding it, I can feel the back of that clip, but I don't feel it at all in the hammer grip, and just depending on where my hands are situated. These are tip up, right hand carry only. Sorry about that, lefties. You do have a sharpening tool on here, riding on bearings, snappy action, just an all-around great knife at $105. You can't go wrong there with the QSP Hogue. There's so many different variations of this too, so if this one doesn't do it for you, go check them out. I'm going to leave links to all these down below. I'm going to try my best. So up number 10, the last but certainly not least, coming in from Kooby, the Kooby KU332A. I haven't yet reviewed this one, but I just finished up the testing, so I can tell you from experience, it's going to do good. Got a nice thin grind on it. Action is outstanding on these new Koobies. Spidey flick action is excellent, and a well-designed flipper tab. Nice and comfortable, rockets out. These are in D2 steel. Hopefully they'll start coming out with more 14C28N models. I think they're sending me one in 14C. This one's in that nice stone wash finish. Got those dual fullers there. This is a wider, beefier style knife. Comfortable in hand. Peel ply G10, deep carry pocket clip, tip up left or right hand carry. So it's not leaving anybody out, and you can easily deploy it and disengage it left-handed. So there you go. That is the top 10. I mean, the 10 awesome high-value knives. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I have more of these that I can do in the future, but I think next up you're gonna start getting my top 10s for 2021. And boy, there's some stiff competition from 2021. So there you go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.